South Sports presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Sponsored by UCCU.
Music to my ears. The wait is over. High school football is back, and so is Game Night Live. For the next half hour, we'll bring you the best action from week one of the Utah high school football season. Let's start with the defending 6A state champions. The Corner Canyon Chargers are once again the team to beat. They returned five-star receiver Jerome Miles and Timpview transfer quarterback Helaman Kasuga. Their first opponent, the American Fork Cavemen. After a semifinal appearance last season, the Cavemen returned just three starters on both sides of the ball. We were reminded quickly just how much firepower this Corner Canyon offense has. On the very first play from scrimmage, in the game, the handoff goes to Brian Brady. He starts the season how he ended last year at Rice Cycle Stadium, in the end zone, a 75-yard touchdown run. The Chargers scored 3 touchdowns on their first 4 plays of the game. Not possessions, plays. Krishawn Lee had a monster game, 80-yard touchdown, 21-7 Chargers in the first quarter. American Fork would keep pace. Dallin Afu with a strip sack on Kasuga. Jacob Nelson recovers and sets up a Caveman touchdown. David Gaisford to Cade Wilkinson cuts the lead to 7. But the Corner Canyon offense is a machine, pumping out one big play after another. Kai Meza with a 50-yard score. AF would keep fighting. Gaisford finds Will Miney for a Caveman touchdown. The Chargers lead cut to 7 again, but once again they answer. Kasuga to Jerome Miles, 80 yards. AF would answer again. Gaisford to the freshman, Cash Taisi, a 44-yard touchdown. We're still in the first half, by the way. Brady with another touchdown run. It's 42-28. Corner Canyon at the half. American Fork opens the scoring in the second half with a 30-yard touchdown pass. Gaisford to Wilkinson again. What a catch. Now it's 42-35. The Cavemen just couldn't get the stops they needed, though. Brady had 4 touchdown runs, a school record 281 yards rushing behind that extremely talented offensive line. Krishawn Lee, 9 catches, a school record 265 yards and 4 touchdowns. Helaman Kasuga, 18 of 20 for 482 yards and 6 touchdowns in his Charger debut. The defending champs put up 70 in their 2024 debut, an impressive performance. All right, Timpview hasn't played on their home turf since 2021. Construction is now done, and the defending 5A state champs were finally back home for a change and invited a big-time guest, the 6A runner-up, the Sky Ridge Falcons. We started in the second quarter, Timpview down 7. Carson Rasmussen to Jaron Pula to tie the game. Mid-second quarter, Sky Ridge takes the lead back. Keneal Sweetwine on the keeper. Timpview only needs a few possessions to strike back. Rasmussen's going to go deep to Zedekiah Anahu Abrogio. Game's tied at 14. On the ensuing kickoff, it's Tavian Edwards. You know why we're showing you this, because he's going to take it to the house. 99 yards for the touchdown. And Sky Ridge had a 29-14 lead at the half. 3 combined touchdowns in a 30-second span. Right before the end of the half, Sweetwine finds Junior Coughlin in the back of the end zone, and the Falcons with that 15-point lead. All right, let's go to the second half. Sky Ridge looking to put the game away, but then they have some trouble. Sweetwine going back for a back-breaking touchdown, and Keenan Pula picks it off in the end zone. Special teams. The snap goes over Sky Ridge punter's head, and Timpview recovers for the touchdown. That's Pula. That cuts the lead to 8. Sky Ridge can't seem to finish drive. Sweetwine picked off by Isa Naliai. That's going to set up Timpview to get into scoring position. And on offense, it's Naliai again, but Timpview misses the 2-point try, and Sky Ridge leads 29-27. All right, one last shot for Timpview. Just a few minutes left. Rasmussen to the sideline. Pula with a great catch. The Pula brothers showing out. Toes the inbounds for the catch, and with only 20 seconds left, Rasmussen tries to take it himself, but he stops short of the goal line. All right, 10 seconds to play. Rasmussen, instead of kicking the field goal, they're going to go for it, and Jared Pula hauls it in again. Game-winning touchdown. Timpview 19 unanswered in the second half, and they pull off the Thursday night upset thriller. All right, the San Juan Broncos have won 3 consecutive 2A state titles. They entered the 2024 season with a 37-game winning streak, the 3rd longest in state history. With another state title, they would set a new record in the process with 50 straight wins. But they needed to get win number 1 At Grantsville, it was not easy. We go to the first quarter. Dallin Van Vliet to Jackson Jensen. Grantsville takes a 12-6 lead into the halftime. Third quarter, the Cowboys cowboy up. Van Vliet, a 20-yard touchdown pass to Jordan Fossen. A couple minutes later, Van Vliet connects with Jensen for their second touchdown of the night, and Grantsville suddenly has a 30-12 lead going into the fourth. That streak in big trouble. San Juan trying to mount a comeback. Jalton Knight with a 35-yard touchdown pass to Owen Adams. J.D. Palmer will pick off Van Vliet. He's going to stretch this out and return it all the way for 60 yards. San Juan with 18 unanswered to tie up the game. 4 minutes left to play. Grantsville, can they finish this? Yes, they can. In from 2 yards out. How about this? The streak is over. The Cowboys pull off the upset, 36-30. What a run, though, from San Juan. Lone Peak taking on Bingham to kick off 2024. First quarter, short field for Lone Peak. Kepa Nimoy Tolu runs it in from 13 yards out, 7-0 Knights. Third quarter, same score. The Miners cough it up. Lone Peak with another short field. They're going to cap it off a few plays later. Nimoy Tolu, this time from 3 yards out. The Knights blank Bingham 21-0. Go up north, Roy and Farmington. Beginning of the first quarter, Roy's Logan Sella in from 4 yards out to put the Royals on the board first, 7-0. Couple of plays later, Kahikili Eleneki with the pick, and he's going to take it the other way. The Royals are up 14-0 after the pick six. Farmington trying to get on the board. Will Peterson chased out of the pocket. The pass is tipped by Roy, but Travis Hoops is there to make the catch. End of the first quarter. Phoenix weren't able to score from the one, so Roy inside their own 5. Drew Gardner, the long ball, connects with Robert Young. 21 points for the Royals in the first quarter. They're going to be tough in Region 5. Early second quarter, Eleneki is going to do it on offense this time. Finds the hole, turns on the turbo. And Roy's turning this one into a rout. We go to the third quarter. Gardner to the corner of the end zone. Colby Foyker makes the catch. A 1 foot down in, and the Royals with an impressive 38-14 win. Orem hosting Pleasant Grove. First quarter. Taden Kaawa at quarterback for Orem. And Beck Coy. It's a 54-yard touchdown, and Orem takes a 7-0 lead. Later in the first, Kaawa gets picked off by Dexton Nuttall. He's going to take it back for the pick six, and Pleasant Grove ties it up. And from there, Orem takes over. Kaawa with a deep shot to Kawi Akana. It's a 73-yard touchdown. Akana's second of the game, and Orem rolls in this one, 35-13. The Alta Hawks reached the semifinals at Rice-Eccles Stadium last year, a surprising run, but now they begin a new era. Head coach Alimateo retired, and now with a new coach and new starters, they hope to repeat that success in 2024. But they found themselves down big to Juan Diego in week one. The Soaring Eagle jump out to a 24-7 lead by halftime. Hayden Mazenin to Braylon Fail. Alta would rally in the second half, though. Tucker Brown to Matt McKay for a 20-yard score. Then Brown will find Morton for 30 yards. And the Hawks have stormed back to take the lead. Fourth quarter, 4 minutes left. Juan Diego takes the lead back. Antonio Archuleta with a 14-yard touchdown run. He earned that one. Soaring Eagle take the 31-28 lead. The Hawks have time, and with 1:13 left, a monster effort from Matt McKay. Fighting his way through Juan Diego defenders all the way to the end zone, stretches out for the game-winning touchdown. What an effort, 57 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, leading Alta to a 35-31 comeback win, incomplete at the Horn. The Spanish Fork Dons visiting the Olympus Titans first quarter. Spanish Fork's Jacob Johnson jumps the pass and takes the interception, 50 yards for the 7-0 lead. Fourth quarter we go, Olympus now with a 13-7 lead when Luke Esperson finds Max Rice wide open. Give the Titans the 20-7 lead, but the Dons would rally. They'd score twice in the final 4 minutes, and Bronson Kalauli would seal the game with an interception in the end zone. Big road win for Spanish Fork, the upset 24-20. Harriman Mustangs and the Bountiful Red Hawks, first play of the game. Harriman on their 20. Bryce Benson going deep, finds Taylor Hatch. Great way to start the game for Harriman. We go to the middle of the second quarter. Emerson Geilman looking to give the Redhawks the lead. Finds Siaki Fekatoa. And is 13-9 Bountiful at half. The Redhawks blank the Mustangs in the second half. Geilman finds Britton Tidwell in the middle of the field, and Tidwell is going to break loose. 27-9. Bountiful wins. All right, we have to take a quick timeout to catch our breath and get a water break. When we come back, a big matchup in 6A. The favorite in Region 3 hosting the favorite in Region 1. Another season-opening battle between Lehigh and Davis. And a new school makes its program debut. We introduce you to the Westfield Longhorns next. Could they win their debut? We'll show you after this.
Hi, shooters, and you're watching Game Night Live.
All right, thank you, Roy. All right, which team has the best shot to challenge Corner Canyon for 6A supremacy in 2024? How about the Lehigh Pioneers, who returned several key starters from a semifinal team a year ago? They opened the season against the preseason favorite in Region 1, the Davis Darts. We go to the first quarter, and Devon Eka gets Lehigh on the board. This is a 62-yard touchdown. He was just getting started. We go to the second quarter. Young man's hot, give him the ball. Eka would get on the board twice with a 4-yard touchdown and an 18-yard touchdown. After that, he finished with 3 scores, and Lehigh off to a great start, a 35-7 win. Mountain Ridge and Fremont. Starting the second quarter, Mountain Ridge quarterback Wyatt Bingham to Graydon Dumas. And Mountain Ridge is up 6-0. Fremont responds. Slade Parker to Owen Simpkins. He breaks the sideline tackle and ties the game up at 6 with the touchdown. End of the half. Bingham's going to find Cohen Cunningham for a 41-yard score. Mountain Ridge is up 13-6 at the half. Third quarter, Bingham to Titan DeJong for the tough grab in the end zone. The Sentinels build a 14-point lead. End of the third. Bingham and DeJong hook up again. Identical play gives them an identical result. Bingham with 4 touchdown passes. Mountain Ridge with an impressive road win. Brighton and Provo, great matchup. First quarter, Brighton's Mason Hartle pushes it in for the first touchdown of the day. Bengals up 10-0. We go to the second quarter. Provo responds with Garrick Orchard. He finds Griffin DiMartini in the back of the end zone to make it 10-7. Brighton, with less than a minute and a half before half, Brighton's Cash Gay breaks a few tackles and scores to push the lead to 20-7. Third quarter, Brighton's Beau LaFleur takes over. He picks off Orchard's deflected pass. He takes it to the house. He would do it again a second time in the final minutes of the game. Brighton with an impressive 20-point win. A thriller between Murray and Northridge. Murray making the trip to Layton. Second quarter, watch Trey Nye. On the move, throws a dart to an open Jackson Frescas to give the Knights a 7-0 lead. 2 minutes left in the half. Nye to Frescas again. The juke. And the Knights have a 13-0 lead at halftime. Go to the third quarter. The Spartans' first score. Sam Pearson fights through the pile. An extra effort for the touchdown. We go to the end of the third quarter. Andrew Ortiz on the sweep for Northridge. 10-yard touchdown. It gives Northridge a 20-10 lead. After Murray adds a field goal, they're still in this. Alexander Bjorkis finds Easton Horman right over the Northridge defender. What a play. 70 yards. That ties the game at 20 with 3.5 minutes left to play. With 1 second remaining. The Knights, last play of the game. Andrew Ortiz, 7 yards out into the end zone for the touchdown. And Northridge wins a thriller 26-20. What a start to their season. West Jordan and Woods Cross. Great matchup here. First quarter, the Wildcats start things off with a 12-yard run from Reese Hammond to go up 7-0. Second quarter, right before half, Woods Cross's Jesse Simmons. It's a long ball to Eli Bedell, who runs away from the defense for a 63-yard touchdown and a 14-3 Woods Cross lead. We go to the fourth quarter, and the Wildcats put the game away. Biliami Tapa Atu tie. I butchered that. I'm sorry, man. Breaks free and takes it 67 yards to the house. And the Wildcats win 21-9. I'll do better on the next Woods Cross highlight. A population boom creates a need for more high schools. And more high schools means more football programs in Utah. The latest school to launch, It's in Weber County. The Westfield Longhorns made their football debut Friday night in Layton. The Longhorns out of Ogden will play in 4A's Region 11. And as a new school, there'll be a lot of firsts. Westfield's Corbin Price runs it in for the school's first touchdown. They take a 10-0 lead second quarter. The Longhorns' Trey Bridge has a 7-yard run to go up 17-0. Westfield with an impressive start, but Layton would get it cooking. A 67-yard touchdown from Madden Sargent. The sophomore Tayan Hallbash brings the score to 17-12. Then Sargent connects with Hallbash again, but this time for a 39-yard touchdown. That would give Layton the 26-24 lead. We go to the fourth quarter, and to steal the game, you remember that sophomore with 2 touchdowns already? Yeah, he can play both sides of the ball. Hallbash would get the interception, and Layton holds on and comes from behind 26-24. Bonneville and Ridgeline. End of the half. Ridgeline up 14-0 already when J.T. White gets his second rushing touchdown of the day. Start of the second half is not much better for Bonneville. Hunter Knighton picks off the pass, and he's going to take it the other way. A pick six, 28-0 Ridgeline. They look strong in 4A this year. We go to the end of the third. Ridgeline putting a stamp on this game. Nate Dally to Brady Cook. And the Riverhawks cook, 41-7. The Stansbury Stallions visiting the Snow Canyon Warriors. Third quarter we go. Stansbury down 9-0. Carter Peterson's going to take it in from 2 yards out. He's fired up. Stansbury's only down 3. Now 1 minute left in the game. Stansbury driving, still down 3. Coleman Dearden, the quarterback's going to take it himself. Stansbury with 13 unanswered points. They go on the road. That ride home was sweet. They get an opening night victory. The tradition continues, a week 1 matchup between Dixie and Springville. And Dixie would strike first in this one. Wyatt Truman going up top. Rand Sawyer, what a catch! An incredible diving catch, a 24-yard score, but Springville would dominate. Casanova Valetti to Samuel Nadal for a 12-yard touchdown. And then they're going to give it to Max Harris. He's going to score on the ground from 12 yards out. The Red Devils with a 41-12 win on the road. Defending 3A champ Richfield hosting Cedar City. Wildcats with an impressive first quarter. Slate Wrights on the gadget play to Griffin Wayman for a 47-yard touchdown. 2 minutes later, the champs do it on the ground. Gage Yardley, he's going to get loose for a 25-yard score. Richfield opens the season with a 42-25 win. Here's a wild game between Bear River and Cedar Valley. Cedar Valley took a 30-16 lead late in the third when Cole Christensen on the quarterback draw goes 50 yards for a touchdown. They thought it was over. Oh no, Bear River's going to rally. They tied in the fourth. Jackson Tyre on 3rd and goal finds Cash Avery for the game-tying touchdown. What a catch. Just a minute later, though, the Aviators take the air out of Bear River's rally. Cole Christensen going for it all. Jace McClellan beats the safety, a 65-yard game-winning touchdown. Cedar Valley with a 6-point win. A great matchup, crazy plays between Pineview and Manti. Manti goes with the receiver pass. Mason Starkweather to Talapapa to Stone Mortensen. Wide open for an 80-yard score. He's still running. Still in the first quarter, Starkweather off to a great start already to Mortensen again. This one's 79 yards for the score. 21-14 Manti after 1 quarter. Now a gadget play for Manti in the second quarter. Game tied at 21. The reverse. Look at this tricky move. Lane Cox would score. Perfect execution on that one. Pineview kept pace. Brock Harris, one of the top tight ends in the country, with a 31-yard touchdown to tie it, but Manti answered with 3 scores. They go on to win this game, 58-42. All right, what a great start to the season. Let's wrap it all up the right way with a highlight reel. We throw all the best images of week 1 into a machine called Matt Glade, who turns out 90 seconds of bliss during the season. Stick around and enjoy after this. It's so nice to have high school football back. Week 1 did not disappoint. We gathered plenty of great video across the state that turned into this, the season debut of the Game Night Live highlight reel.
Stand up.
Now Paul's hoping for a prayer. Out of bounds.
All right, week one's over. Let's move on to week two. Our next game of the week, we travel to Bountiful, where the Red Hawks, fresh off their win over Harriman, will host a rival, the Farmington Phoenix. You can watch the game on the KSL Plus app, KSL Sports app, and KSLSports.com starting at 7 p.m. I'll be on the call with Stevenson Sylvester. Should be a great one. We'll see you then.